And now on Nights with Steve Price from the 50-Up Club, Christopher Zinn.
Yes, Chris in the studio with us tonight. How are you?
Yeah, delight to be here, Steve.
I'm a 50-Up Club member. Do I have a number, as to where I joined and what number I am?
Well, we might have a bit of a loyalty program going. That's a good idea. You're the number one member, but we do know when people joined, although...
I was early.
We recognise early service, but it's not like there's a 007 or anything like that.
You and I could have a barrel and put all the numbers in, and then each Thursday when we
need
speak...
We need a barrel girl to pick it out, wouldn't we?
I'll be the barrel girl. Okay. Roll it around, we pick out a number and give them a prize.
I think that's great.
It's a good idea. I think you actually got a prize. We launched, of course, the Loyalty Tax Day, which is today.
It is, yeah. I hope that we're going to have a loyalty tax week next year, but This is today, loyalty tax. And basically that's a day. It doesn't celebrate, it commiserates, it complains about the tax that too many people pay for being loyal to electricity providers or banks or credit cards or insurance or whatever else, because essentially they have better offers that they don't tell you about, or worse, they offer to new customers but not existing customers. So this is what we call the loyalty tax. And essentially, there's about $11 billion that Australians could save by moving to better providers of, as I've said, energy, insurance, groceries, banking, whatever.
They leave you in a complication swamp deliberately. That's what happens. I've had a couple of examples in recent weeks. Time to renew the green slip in New South Wales on one of the cars. And of course, what happens with green slip insurance, which is really interesting, you have your insurance with a provider, and then the other people send you an offer to renew your green slip. You know what that does to me? It confuses me and I can't remember which one I'm insured with. So I have to scramble around, find last year's one. And then at the end of the day, what do? Stupidly, I probably don't even worry about the price. I just pay the one I'm with.
Well, look, go with the cheapest is always the best advice. Green slip is pretty much a commodity and it's regulated in it's New South Wales, but it varies from state to state.
Oh, it's much cheaper here than Victoria, I've got to tell you. So, I mean, you should look at but you're saying most green slips will be the same.
They are close in New South Wales, but there is a difference, $20 or $30. So there is a calculator on one of the government websites, so it's worth looking at. Explain
to the folks again what Loyalty Tax Day meant. I mean, what it was doing was highlighting exactly what we're talking about and encouraging people to have a look through their bills.
Look, 50% of people say they want to switch. Only 25% of people actually do. And we're interested in why that is. What are the hurdles? And they say it's too complicated. We don't think we'll save enough. But that's why we think, look, there's 150, 60,000 members of the club. If we do things together in concert, it actually makes it easier for us to do it and to think about it. So this was the first one. But as I say, hopefully next time we'll have a bit more warning. More people can switch and look at doing this. And look, maybe it's with a 50-up offer. We've got 6 offers over solar, mobile, electricity, insurance you can have a look at. But look around the market, see what works for you.
You know what 50-up Club should have done this year? Might do it next year. If every member put in $1 and we had it on the 101 chance in the Melbourne Cup, which won, you do the numbers. If what do we got? 150,000 members, $150,000 at 100 to 1. We could have all retired.
We could have done, although might more likely to have lost.
It probably wouldn't have won. Now, we have had a competition where everyone in the 50-Up Club who's registered for Loyalty Tax Day went into a draw.
They did, and also those who've done the loyalty tax test, which is still online. You can find out actually how much loyalty tax you're paying. And we had a winner from the Northern Beaches of Sydney, and Bob, I think, is on the line now.
Rob Miller. How are you, Rob?
Fine, thank you very much.
Well done. You won $1,000, I understand.
Absolutely, by the sound of it. It's still unbelievable to me. But
think of it as your loyalty tax rebate. That the tax can give back occasionally. So well done.
That's $1,000 tax free. I've got to say, Rob.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. No, I think you guys deserve a medal for what you're doing.
When you filled out the loyalty tax questionnaire, did you find that in among your bills there were some people providing you with services that you'd been loyal to that were charging you too much?
Oh, exactly. I mean, I'm in that age group that's always been too loyal to a lot of things, I think, and probably paid a fortune out over my lifetime. But, that's the way it goes.
Well, it's what counts now, not in the past, but it's what we do now. But actually, the older you are, the more loyal you are likely to be. And
Correct.
that's, in fact, the Queensland University of Technology research we're talking about. There was another poll out this week actually said the same. Baby boomers are more loyal than Generation Y. So look, it's good to be loyal to the worthwhile things in life, be that king or country or your dog or whatever.
Footy team.
Or footy team. You just don't need to be loyal to people who flog your electricity or credit cards. They're not loyal to us. We don't need to be loyal to them unless they have a good deal.
Have you done any switching, Rob?
Yeah, I've switched over my electricity only within the last 3 or 4 days.
So you went from who to who?
From AGL to, was it Swift or Swift or something?
Click Electricity.
Click. Yes.
And they're typical of these what are called challenger brands, these new ones. The names are less familiar. But, they're flogging the same electricity. They just do it in different ways and their cost base is lower and they can pass on the savings.
What's your estimate of what it'll save you, Rob?
Oh, I only live in a small complex, but I would think that it's going to save me probably 300, 350 a year, something like that.
It's not bad.
It's it's fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
And that was literally for about 5 or 10 minutes work. In terms of the switching process. So that's pretty well paid. 5 or 10 minutes.
If you had to say, Chris, which would be the brand, not the brands, the areas that are most likely you can make a saving? Is it power?
Look, power and
gas.
credit card, they're the easiest to switch because the process is. But the big money to be saved is really in terms of home loan. If you can drop a home loan just, 0.1%, that can be $8,000 over the life of a loan. So you make a 1% saving, it's even more so on a typical loan. So
what about credit cards?
Credit cards can be good. If you're moving from a high card of, 22, 19% they charge you and you're paying interest, you move to a 9 or 10% card.
I'm tipping you haven't got a home loan still, Rob?
Me? No. I'm too antique for that.
Yeah. And have you been, I'll go out on a limb here. You've been with the same bank your whole life?
No. I was with one for 32 years, but one of the big four.
Yeah.
I gave that a miss and went with one of the building societies.
Oh, well done. And has that been good?
Oh, fantastic. They're nice to even talk to.
Yeah. I mean, the big four have gotten very arrogant, no doubt about that.
Oh, extremely so. And, greed, you wouldn't believe. But
well, they keep making multi-billion-dollar profits, Rob, and they keep telling us they can't drop their credit card interest rate.
Yeah, well, they give it all to their CEOs and one thing or another, I think.
And Rob, as you've shown, Rob, there are alternatives. There's 70 or 80 building societies and credit unions, and it's the same money, but it's of better rates and as far as people are you concerned, better service.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you going to do with $1,000?
Well, I've just given a donation to the Royal Flying Doctors for a couple. I thought they seem to they can do with it. So
that's very nice. Have you got a connection with them?
Oh no, I've just been donated to them over the years and find them to be a good cause. They do the country folk a wonderful service. So I've got a bit, so I'll give them a bit.
Oh, you're a very, very kind gentleman. Thank you for talking to us, and again, congratulations from 50UP Club, Rob.
Yeah, good luck, Rob. Thanks
very much for it.
Rob Miller. That's a nice thing to do. $1,000.
Well, and it's about belonging.
Donates it to charity.
Yeah, it's about belonging in the club, and I think people of Rob's, and of course not exclusively, it is about belonging and giving and sharing, and actually that's how we all get stronger as a community, as individuals, and as consumers.
So you've actually got a bit of a bonus here. You've got another $1,000 cheque to give away. Is that right?
I think there is another one coming up, and we'll have some
in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, you've got to actually switch electricity. You've got to go to one of the offers on the site, and as I said, there are 6, and everything from life insurance, home and contents, credit card, electricity. You do one of the switch, and then you go in the barrel or the hat, and you will be picked out, and we shall let you know. So that's a bonus of switching, but actually just the switching itself, as you heard from Rob, you stand to save. Could be a couple of $100 or
$300
more.
a year. Yeah. So go on to the 50UP Club website.
Yep, 50upclub.com, and that's 50 with the letters.
And the loyalty tax logos in there.
Yeah, you can do the loyalty tax test and find out, and then you can see what we've got. But look, we've got offers. There are other ones out there. Just compare and look and make your own mind up. It's worth the time.
Great to see you again. Thanks for coming in. I'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, we'll do. Bye.
Christopher's in.